members of the faculty and members of the jury and all my dear Ajinkyans present in this august gathering. I am Kirit Yadnya from class 10th, Tilak House, and I welcome you all to witness the Inter-House English Declamation for the Inter's grade for the year 2025-26. Declamation is the art of delivering a speech or other text with great rhetorical effect and emotional intensity. It serves as a tool for owning public speaking skills, including vocal control, articulation, and stage presence. It also acts like a powerful medium for preserving and transmitting important messages. Before we proceed, let me acquaint you all with the rules and regulations. There are 12 participants on stage today representing their senior houses. Each house is represented by 2 boy cadets and 1 girl cadet. Each speaker has 5 minutes to speak, and a warning bell will be rung at the end of the 4th minute, indicating for the speaker to wind up his or her topic in the next 1 minute. Timekeeper for today's event is Cadet Priya Kumari. Members of the jury are Mrs. R.P. Simon ma'am, Mr. A. Ravi sir, and Ms. Swapnali Kadam ma'am. Without further ado, I invite the first speaker of the day, Cadet Onkar Alvekar. Cadet Onkar believes that the India of 2047 is the canvas on which we must paint a masterpiece of a thriving India with bold strokes of innovation and soft brush of compassion. To elaborate further, I call upon Cadet Onkar.
Hello. I quote, as India steps her into centenary, let us dream rivers of innovation flowing freely, nourishing the soil of a rich heritage while embracing the promise of tomorrow. I unquote. A very auspicious evening to one and all present over here. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all my dear Ajinkyans present in this prestigious august gathering. Today, I am Cadet Onkar of Maharana Pratap House, will take you to a voyage and tell what India at the rate 100, the country we dream of. To start with, I would like to ask you a question. Can you tell me a land of rising stars unknown, where every dream becomes its own? A voice that shakes the world with cheer, a future shining bold and clear. What nations hold, this destiny brings up. Any guess? Yes, my friends, you are right. The answer comes with might and bright, that is India standing tall, a future strength for all time. Now you might be thinking, what is this term, India at the rate 100? India at the rate 100 refers to 100 years of independence by the year 2047. Today, just by dreaming about it, we are envisioning a future that reflects values, aspirations, and hopes of people. Our country will be a shining example for the world by that time, where ancient wisdom meets the modern innovation. The dharma and righteousness will be the soul of the nation. Not only limited to religion, but extended to justice, ethics, values, truth, and compassion. An India where corruption dies and character rises same. An India where every voice is heard, every citizen is respected, and every right is protected. An India with world-class universities where innovation blooms in every classroom and students dream fearlessly. An India where poverty is history, where every youth is employed and students dream fearlessly. We dream of an India with pure and clean rivers, with green cities, where development works hand in hand with sustainability. From the rivers of history to the streams of technology, India by 2047 will move towards the horizon of equality, weaving together every voice into a collective melody of success. By 2047, India will be one of the top 3 GDPs of the world by having a budget of $30 trillion with per capita per income of $15,000 to $20,000 each person. The education system will be one of the best in the world, where the ancient wisdom blended with modern innovation will provide a unique model of education that balances tradition and technology both. The new education policy and other reforms will bear fruits by creating a system in which the students will not only be job seekers, but they will be job creators by their ideas, innovations, and knowledge. They will lead the world by front. Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. This means that we have the right to perform our fundamental duties, but not the fruits thereof. So let us perform our fundamental duties as citizens and students of this country and carve our country best out of best. Because my friends, the India we dream of is not just strong but stealth, not just modern but moral, not just growing but giving, not just free but fearless. In short, India of 1947 gave us independence, but 2047 will give us leadership. While concluding, I would like to quote few lines. I quote, "If 1947 was the spark that ignited the flame of independence, then 2047 is the canvas on which we must paint the brush strokes of history and tell the world what our country India is." I unquote. So my friends, are you ready with me to shape our country best out of best? So let us shape our country best out of best. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well spoken, Cadet Onkar. Great orators are those who do not just speak, but they make us listen, think, and feel. One such orator amongst us on the stage is Cadet Atharva Dhame. While answering to the question, is technology making us more lonely than connected, he says that the truth is not in the machines, it is written in us. Let us not use technology as a bridge, but let us use technology as a bridge, not as a wall, as a lamp and not as a blindfold. To elaborate on the same, I call upon Cadet Atharva.
Hello. A few days ago, I saw a sight that still haunts me. A father pushed his little boy on a swing, his laughter echoing in the park. But the boy never looked up. His eyes were glued to a glowing tablet. Two people, side by side, yet a million miles apart, separated not by distance but by a glowing screen. Tell me, my friends, is this connection or loneliness in disguise? A very auspicious evening to one and all present over here. Respected President, Honorable Principal Sir, Vice Principal Ma'am, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all my near and dear Ajinkyans gathered in this august hall. This is Cadet Atharva from class 9B, proudly representing my Tilak House. Today, I stand before you all to share my views on the topic, is technology making us more lonely than connected? Think about it. Today, we live in a world where every hand holds a phone, but very few hearts hold each other. Albert Einstein once warned, "I fear the day technology will surpass human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots." Look around. Are we proving him right today? Technology promises friendship, but often delivers illusion. We boast of 1,000 contacts, yet cry with none to call. We type lol without laughing, send hearts without feeling, and share stories while forgetting to live our own. A picture of happiness on Instagram, but tears in reality. We are always online, yet often alone. We text, "I miss you," but never meet. We share celebrations, but forget to celebrate each other. Technology has shrunk distances, yes, but it has also shrunk our conversation, our patience, our humanity. How ironic that in trying to connect the world, we sometimes disconnect our souls. We scroll, we tap, our fingers race, but lose the warmth of face to face. The brighter the screens, the dimmer our souls. The louder the pings, the lonelier our hearts. We have notifications, yet no real communication. Friends all around, yet hearts in isolation. Psychologists call it the lonely crowd, surrounded by digital voices, yet starving for human presence. We can call someone on the other side of the world, but cannot call our own neighbor. Technology has made the world smaller, yes, but it has also made our attention span smaller, our empathy thinner. We are a crowd of profiles, but a desert of people. We connect online, but disconnect in life. Yet, let me be fair, technology is not a monster. It is a mirror reflecting our choices. It can reunite families across oceans. It can bring education to the remotest village and can save lives in emergencies. The danger lies not in invention, but in obsession. The problem is not holding a phone, but letting it hold our hearts. Friends, we are the first generation born with the internet in our pockets. But will we also be the last generation to know the joy of face-to-face laughter, the comfort of a real hug, the poetry of silence shared between friends? Friends, think carefully. Will we be remembered as the generation who connected the world or the generation who forgot the meaning of connection? So, is technology making us more lonely than connected? The truth is not in machines. It is written in us. Let us take technology as a bridge, not a wall, a lamp, not a blindfold. Put down your phone, lift up your eyes. Let your hearts shine brighter than Wi-Fi. Screens may glow, but love must shine. The future, my friends, is yours and mine. That's all from my side. Thank you and have a spectacular day ahead. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well spoken, Cadet Atharva. The next speaker for the day is Cadet Vedika Kanegaonkar. She says that happiness is more important than success because even if success remains an important part of life, happiness is a priceless emotion. Success is a journey, not a destination. Let us call Vedika to explain further.
I quote, happiness doesn't reside in possession and not in gold, but happiness dwells in soul. I unquote. A very auspicious evening to everyone present over here. Respected President, Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all AJINKYANs present in this August hall. Here is Cadet Vedika, representing my Lal Bahadur Shastri House. Today, I am standing in front of you to acquaint you all with my topic, that is success truly more important than our happiness? We all live in a world where the pursuit of success is considered the ultimate goal. The moment we are born, we are told to strive, achieve, and conquer. We are told that success is the ultimate key to everything. Wealth, power, fame, respect. But as we choose success, we must ask ourselves, that is success truly more important than our happiness? Think about it. Think about the people around you who have achieved everything the society deems as successful. The CEOs, the movie stars, the famous athletes, they have everything, wealth, power, admiration, but they don't have happiness. While many people choose success as a way to find happiness, a growing number of people believe that the reverse is true. Happiness is more important pursuit. They believe that the life filled with joy, purpose, and strong personal connection is the truest measure of a good life. From this viewpoint, success is not a prerequisite of happiness, rather a potential outcome of it. So, is success truly more important than our own happiness? No, it's not, because success without happiness is a golden cage, beautiful from outside but suffocating within. We all live in a world where the success is celebrated louder than happiness is whispered. But we should always look around us. Our world is full of millionaires battling depression, celebrities with fame but no peace, and professionals with promotion but no time to talk or live. Is that success, or is it a high definition version of misery? True success is never measured in medals, money, or job titles. Rather, it is measured in smile, in the peace of our mind, and in the mornings you wake up excited, not exhausted. So, let us all measure our life not by the number of achievements, but by the number of smiles. The number of smiles on our face and ones we bring on others. So, let me explain my opinion in front of you about how success is not much more important than our own happiness. Let us imagine of a man who owns a $1 billion company, a mansion of every continent, and a fame that reaches each and every continent of the world. But when he looks himself in the mirror, he feels empty. Is that success? Let me clear. I am not against success, but if success comes at the cost of happiness, it becomes too expensive, because happiness doesn't come after success. Rather, happiness is success itself. At last, to conclude, I would like to say that many people like happiness, overall, especially for long-term life satisfaction. Success is important, but only insofar as it contributes to our own happiness or whatever a good life means to us. So, become the person not successful by the number of achievements, but successful by the number of smiles. We should always be happy and keep smiling. So, before leaving this podium, I would like to quote something. I quote, "Success is not the key to happiness. Rather, happiness is the key to success itself." I unquote. That's all from my side. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well delivered, Cadet Vedika. The next speaker for the day is Cadet Vivan Mane. He says that under all circumstances, plastic is really harmful for the environment. But should it really be banned? To elaborate further, I call upon Cadet Vivan.
I quote, when Jesus was born on earth, it was as bright as the sun. But when plastic was born, it has lost its shine to the pollution on earth. I unquote. A very good evening to one and all present over here. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all my dear AJINKYANs present in this august gathering. This is Kavivan from Karve House, and I am standing in front of you all to answer a really interesting question. That is, should plastics be completely banned? Under all circumstances, plastic is really very harmful for the environment. But does that mean we should completely ban it? No, my friends, but we can regulate it. Regulate it in such a way that it does not harm the environment. But why shouldn't we ban plastic? We should not ban plastic because its various uses, like as in shopping bags, plastic bottles, and all the other things that we use in our day-to-day lives. But the main problem arises when we people throw away plastic recklessly without thinking about its consequences, and when we talk about climate change without actually implementing its policies. This is the real problem, because we must implement reforms, as this bring about great changes which change the world. Mainly, if closely observed, we find that the plastic bags that use the most limitlessly and throw the most recklessly are the most harmful of them all. It is because these plastic bags contain various harmful chemical compounds like methane and polyhydrates, which cause various respiratory diseases. That is why we must limit their use. Scientists have also found out about various alternatives for plastic. But my friends, it is already too late, because plastic has now become an indispensable component of our lives. My friends, you might have been realizing that I am going against the environment. But no, I am actually going hand in hand with it. Let me tell you a few examples about this. Researchers have found about a specific plastic-eating bacteria in the Russian region of Siberia, where it is said to decompose plastic at the rate of 2 months per ton, while the others do at a rate of 4 to 5 centuries per ton. Wow, what a huge difference, right? We can also implement these policies on our own level by using the 3 R's, which are as easy to implement as A, B, and C. Now, what are these 3 R's? They are, first, reduce, which is the reduction in production of plastic. Second is reusing, which is to reuse the used plastic so that it does not become waste. And third is the recycling, which is to sell the used plastic which cannot be reused to recycling factories so that it does not become waste. We earn some money and in turn save the environment. So it's a win-win situation for both us and the environment. Not only us, but the government is also making sure that this plastic problem does not persist by implementing various schemes and government reforms like the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan in 2014 to commemorate the Mahatma's vision for a clean and green India. But if we as responsible citizens of this country come together and unite, then we would realize that nothing is impossible and no problem is left unsolved. So we must all come and unite together. If we come together, then no problem will be left unsolved. So we must come together. Now, I would like to say a few lines which I am reminded of. I quote, if you love a mother, then surely serve her. If you love a country, then surely strive hard for it. But if you love your world, then you reuse and recycle plastic. I quote. I am not here just for the sake of a speech. I am here to deliver a message to those deafened by the ignorant chaos of society. Now, my message to them are change your attitude, because we cannot rise single-handedly, but we have to do it collectively, ensuring each and every single person's development. Now, in conclusion, I would like to say a quote. I quote, the inventor of plastic did not think about its dire consequences, but instead he thought only about the welfare of humanity. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well spoken, Cadet Vivan. Your argument was definitely convincing. The next speaker for the day is Cadet Rujal More. She advocates that it is easy to lose hope. It is easy to believe change is too big, too difficult, too late. Change doesn't begin with loud speeches or grand revolutions. It begins in silence with choices that no one else sees. I now call upon Cadet Rujal.
The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. A very splendid evening to one and all. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all my dear AJINKYANs present in this prestigious gathering. This is Cadet Rujal, proudly representing the great Shurveer Maharana Pratap House, and I stand here to shed light on my thoughts about a very revolutionary line. That is, be the change you wish to see in this world. And ask you, is it possible today? Let me begin with a question. We all complain about corruption, right? But have we never bribed? We all demand cleanliness, but do we always throw garbage in the bin? The uncomfortable truth is, we all want the world to change, but very few of us want to change ourselves. And that, my friends, is why Gandhiji's words are not just a slogan. They are a challenge to you, to me, and to every citizen of this planet. Look at today's world. Technology races ahead, but humanity lags behind. We connect instantly on social media, yet feel more and more divided than ever. We talk about saving the planet, yet oceans choke with plastic. I quote, one spark of light can chase the night. One voice of truth can set the things right. One heart that dares can lead the way and bring the dawn of a brighter day, I unquote. It is easy to lose hope. It is easy to believe change is too big, too difficult, too late. But my dear friends, history tells us the opposite. Think about it. Rosa Parks was a tired woman who simply refused to give up her seat. That simple no shook the roots of racial injustice. Malala was a teenager who said, I want to learn. That simple wish, that simple statement turned into a global movement for education. And Greta Thunberg, a schoolgirl holding a placard, sitting alone. Today, she speaks and world leaders listen. These are not superheroes. They were ordinary people who dared to live the change they wanted to see. Is the problem out there in the society, or is it staring back at us in the mirror? Friends, change is not born in the parliaments or palaces. It is born in the mirror. The world outside is the reflection of the choices we make inside. Let us bring this home. We all want to save this planet, right? But how often do we say just one plastic bag won't matter? We all cry about dirty streets, but how many of us bend to pick up the first wrapper? Friends, Change doesn't begin with loud speeches or grand revolutions. It begins in silence with choices no one else sees. It is a student who refuses to copy in an exam. It is a citizen who stops at a red light even when no policeman is watching. These are not small acts. These are the bricks to build a better world. For every time one chooses integrity over convenience, the world shifts. Just a little, but forever. So, is Gandhiji's idea possible today? I say yes. Not only possible, but urgent. Because the world doesn't change when the leaders change. It changes when the people change. We do not need capes to be heroes. We need courage to start, and that courage starts with choices. The choice to stop waiting and start living the values we demand. To conclude, I leave you with this thought. If not us, then who? If not now, then when? And if not here, then where? Yes, friends, change is possible. Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. It begins with me, it begins with you. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well said, Cadet Rujal. Her speech reminded me of a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. I quote, "You may never know what results come from your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results at all." I unquote. Our next speaker is Cadet Avinash Sharma. He strongly believes that if we only stick to traditional schools and ignore online tools, we may miss opportunities. But if we only rely on screens, we'll lose the soul of education. I call upon Cadet Avinash to explain further.
Hello. Once upon a time in the middle of pandemic, a boy named Raju logged into his online class. For the first time, he was able to learn from a teacher sitting hundreds of kilometers away. Neither he had to travel long distances nor miss lessons due to weather or illness. Online education had opened a new world for him. But on the other side, his friend Ria missed her school's playground, her friends, and a small but precious classroom moments. And this raises the big and debatable question: can online education replace traditional schools? A very fabulous evening to one and all. Respected President, Honorable Principal Sir, Vice Principal Ma'am, Administrative Officer, esteemed panel of judges, members of faculty, and all my fearless Ajinkyans present in this August hall. Today I, Cadet Avinash, from Class 8, from Tilak House, am proudly standing here at this prestigious podium to share my thoughts on a question that concerns every student, every parent, and every teacher. Can online education really replace traditional schools? Online education has already proved its worth. It is flexible. You can learn anything, anytime and anywhere. It is vast. You can attend a lecture from Harvard while simply sitting in your bedroom. It is personalized too. Videos can be paused, lessons can be replayed, and doubts can be searched instantly. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And today, technology makes that weapon sharper and more widely available. During the time of pandemic, many of us might have experienced how online classes became our lifeline. Without them, the education would become a complete halt. For students like Raju, online education opened the doors of opportunity, exposure, and hope. But, my dear friends, let's flip the page. Are schools only about academics? No, schools are temples of growth. They teach us how to work in teams, how to lead, how to respect elders, and how to fall and rise again. A school where doesn't just signal the start of a class, it signals discipline. A playground doesn't just allow games, it builds leadership and courage. Friends don't just share notes, they share life. As the great APJ Abdul Kalam once said, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. But when that pen, that child, that teacher, and that book comes in a classroom, magic happens. Think of Thomas Alva Edison, who invented the light bulb. He learned from books, but had real laboratories to try out his experiments. Now imagine if he only had online PDFs and no laboratories to try out his experiments. would the bulb ever glow? Similarly, if we only stick to traditional schools and ignore online tools, we may lose opportunities. But if we only rely on screens, we lose the soul of education. As John Dewey once said, education is not the preparation for life. Education is life itself. Life is not lived on laptop screens. It is lived on corridors, playgrounds and classrooms. But simultaneously, life today also exists online. So education must embrace both of the worlds. Two paths before us, which should we choose? One we may gain, the other we lose. But if we walk with both inside, the future of learning will shine so bright. So let schools and screens together grow, for minds to flourish, for hearts to glow. So my dear friends, let us not waste your time debating whether online education can replace traditional schools. Simply, it cannot. But let us accept that it can enhance the learning experience for students in the real lives. The body of education is the classroom, but the wings are digital. Together, they will help us fly higher than ever before. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well delivered, Cadet Avinash. Our next speaker is Cadet Tanush. Barack Obama once said, "Don't just speak to be heard, speak to be understood, speak to make a difference." Cadet Tanush will be speaking on a topic just as thought-provoking. That is, do marks define a student's intelligence? He says that we worship grades as the ultimate truth in life, as if few grades can measure the vast universe that lies inside the human brain. To enlighten us more on the same, I call upon Cadet Tanuj.
I quote, education measures memory, not intelligence. A very auspicious evening to one and all present over here. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Adam Officer, esteemed panel of judges, members of the faculty, and each and every ignited bold mind present in this august hall. Today I, Cadet Tanuj of Class 8, proudly representing my Shooter's Castle, is going to acquaint you all on a special topic. That is, do marks really define a human's intelligence? Well, firstly, the moment we enter in our schools, we are taught only one thing: marks matter. A 95 means congratulations, you are an excellent person, you are a topper, you are a genius. But a 60 means sorry, you are just an average person. We worship grades like the ultimate truth, as if few digits can change the vast universe inside your human brain. Well, now let me ask you something. Does scoring full marks in a maths exam means you would handle money very wisely in your life? Or scoring a 98 in biology means you become a great doctor, or someone who is very good in just memorizing facts? My friends, we label children by their knowledge and efficiency, ignoring their talents, ignoring their uniqueness, and ignoring their potential. Every year, millions of children suffer anxiety, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. Why? Because they are always told that they are not smart enough to cope up with the competition. And the society has taught them that if you don't top the class, you are totally worthless. My friends, grades don't measure intelligence, they just measure obedience. Now, let me tell you some real life examples that shattered the myths. Such as Steve Jobs, a person who dropped out of his college yet changed the era of technology. Thomas Alva Edison. You might have heard this name. He was called too stupid to learn by his teacher, and the same person gave the whole world the light bulb. Ratan Tata once said that he never believes in the right decision. He just takes the decision and then make it right. My friends, did you observe something unique in them? None of these legends were judged by their mark sheets. They were all known for their uniqueness, their potential, and their vision. And my friends, there is a fact that employers today don't ask, what did you score in the school exams? They just ask few things. Can you think critically? Can you solve real world problems? And can you work well as a team? And my friends, these are the true qualities that drive
life success, not your chemistry marks in grade 10th. According to Howard Gardner, there are total 8 types of intelligence, but our old traditional educational system only emphasizes on 2 of them. A research study also shows that 85% of job success comes from personal intelligence and only 15% of it comes from technical knowledge. But my friends, by tying intelligence to marks, we destroy creativity, ignore diverse talents and increase academic pressure. Lastly, in a nutshell, if marks were the ultimate measure of intelligence, then we all would be in a fear of thinking a parrot is a genius just because it repeats what it hears. My friends, intelligence is not a number. It is the ability to adapt, the ability to think critically, and the ability to show what you are. My friends, true intelligence is not by knowing of what did you score in a simple test paper. It is how you know what you learn and how you implement your unique strength in the world around you. With this, I come to an end. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well said, Cadet Tanuj. Our next speaker is Cadet Ankur Kulkarni. Oceans are our lifeline. If the blue heart of our earth dies, then the green lungs will follow, and so will the humans. Cadet Ankur will explain the same.
Hello. Imagine a turtle choking on a plastic straw, a whale's stomach filled with trash, corals bleached into white skeletons. Does this sound like a horror story? No, my friends, it does not. It is the reality. It is the reality of our oceans. A very auspicious afternoon to one and all present here. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all my dear AJINKYANs present in this august hall. I am Cadet Ankur, representing the Sparta Kingdom, and I am here to answer you a very significant question, which is, oceans are dying, and who is responsible? Friends, let me tell you something terrifying. Oceans are dying. Yes, they are dying. Once they were blue, now they choke up in grey. Once they gave life, now they take it away. The waves that kissed the shores with grace, the waves that kissed the shores with grace, now carry poison to the human race, to the human race. We look into the horizon and point fingers. We blame the oil companies, we blame the plastic manufacturers, we blame the governments that sign treaties with one hand and break them with the other. But my friends, let me ask you, who uses the plastic? Who throws it into the rivers, into the gutters, into the storm drains that straight away leads to the seas? Who turns away when another beach is closed due to toxic tides? Who stays silent when the ocean cries? I ask you again and again, who is responsible? Hey, go look into the mirror, you will definitely find the culprits. Yes, we are the culprits. It's easy to blame the millionaires. It's easy to curse the industries. But my friend, responsibility does not trickle down like water. It rises from the bottom. It rises from us. Friends, do you know that every minute a garbage truck's worth of plastic is being dumped into the oceans? Every year, over 1 lakh marine animals die due to entanglement or ingestion. The Great Barrier Reef, a natural wonder, which is also visible from the space, has lost half its corals in the past few decades. And still we keep sitting from the plastic cups, and still we keep overfishing, and still we keep pretending that the ocean is invincible. But my friends, it is not. It is fragile, it is gasping, and it is bleeding. And if we do not act, it will definitely die. As Sylvia Earle, the legendary oceanographer, once said, no water, no life, no blue, no green. It means that if the blue heart of the earth dies, then the green lungs will follow, and so will we. The fish can't speak, the whales can't bleed, the corals can't shout, but they still bleed. The ocean is crying, can you not hear? Its funeral song is ringing clear, its funeral song is ringing clear. Together we are the assassins of our oceans. But Ajinkans, we should always remember that we are the last generation that can stop this apocalypse. The clock is ticking, the tide is rising, and silence is not an option. So let me thunder this truth in your hearts that if ocean dies, humanity dies. It's not just about saving dolphins or corals, but it's also about saving ourselves. So let us act with urgency, responsibility, reduce plastic demand, accountability, and treat ocean not as a dustbin, but as a sacred force of life it truly is. Because, my friends, if not now, then when? If not we, then who? And if not here, then nowhere. It's a wake-up call for us. The oceans are dying. The culprits are us. And the time is to act now. That's all I me. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
The world of film industry, fancies about stardom are surely alluring, but Kirit Sarang is gonna convince us otherwise. He says that the film stars may entertain us with their fictional feats, but the sports heroes are the ones who teach us the real meaning of hard work. I call upon Kirit Sarang to elaborate further.
In stadiums bright, they fight with might, chasing dreams through day and night. Their struggles and wins they have earned, a lesson for all we have ever learned. A film star may shine in a scripted light, but true role models come from struggle and fight, struggle and fight. A very good evening to one and all. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, members of jury, members of faculty, and obviously all my dear AJINKYAN friends present in this august gathering. Today I, Cat Sarang Sham Dikshit, proudly representing the great Shurir Maharana Pratap House, stand firm in front of you all to answer a question. A question for a future, a question for a career, and a question for a way of thinking. Are sports persons better role models than film stars? When we think of role models, we often look up to people who inspire us, whether through their actions, achievements, or perseverance. While movie heroes fill our screens with larger-than-life performances, they are the sports heroes who live their dreams on physical challenges and enduring setbacks to rise above. The journeys are not scripted, but earned. So today, we will explore whether a sports hero offers more valuable life lessons than we see on screen. Film stars shine with glam and grace, but athletes teach with every race. Through sweat and pain, they rise again, inspiring strength, not just a win. A screen may tell a hero's tale, but athlete's heart will never fail. Through discipline, they show the way. True role models day by day, true role models day by day. Sports figures are the unsung heroes of our daily lives. They don't wear capes and suits, but they wear jerseys. And the battle they fight on fields are fought by sweat, not by computer-generating imaginary, that is CGI. While movie heroes save our world from fictional superpowers, they are the sports heroes who teach us that real superpower lies in perseverance, determination, and courage to fail and try again and again until we achieve our goal. After hearing this all, some people yet might idolize film stars as their role models. To them, I would like to ask, what exactly are you learning? How to perfect the dramatic expression or to deliver a scripted dialogue? Can you all learn the values of discipline, sacrifice, and courage from someone who just plays a character? On the other hand, sports heroes teach us what is the true meaning of never giving up, working as a team and accepting failure with grace. Each match, each race, and each goal is earned through relentless efforts, not scripted in a makeup room. This show's journey, one of sweat, struggle, and growth. Sports heroes fight with grit and might, their passion burns through day and night. On the fields of play, they earn their fame. Through sweat and skill, they stake and claim. Film stars shine on silver screens, but their world often burns when seen. Heroes teach through their actions clear, while stars were fed their lessons near. Stars were fed their lessons near. Now, I would like to give you an example of Michael Jordan, who is widely known as greatest basketball player, but his journey to the top wasn't easy. At the high school, he was dropped from varsity basketball team. Rather than giving up, he used that rejection as the fuel to improve his relentless drive. As he once said, I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career, and that is why I have succeeded in my life. To conclude, I would like to say that film stars may entertain us with their fictional feats, but they are the sports heroes who teach us the true meaning of never giving up, working as a team, and accepting failure with grace. As Michael Jordan once said, I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I cannot accept not trying. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well spoken, Kiret Sarang. Your speech was an eye-opener for sure. And that brings me to our next speaker, that is Kiret Netra Vak. Is AI smarter than the human brain? All of us must have pondered upon this same very question every once in a while, but failed to derive to a proper conclusion. Kiret Netra will help us get an answer for the same. Kiret Netra, please.
I quote, AI is numbers, the brain is dreams. Together they form unstoppable teams. One brings logic, another brings soul. Together they make the future whole. I unquote. A very auspicious evening to one and all present over here. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal Ma'am, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all my brave Ajinkyans present in this august hall. This is Kiret Netra, proudly representing my Tilak House, and I am here to give a conclusion on the question, is AI more intelligent than human brain? Imagine this, a spark of ideas takes hold in your brain. A memory, a dream, a laugh. That's the human brain, nature's masterpiece, weaving creativity, emotions, and ideas into the tapestry of our life. But now, consider a machine whirring with codes, processing data faster than we can blink an eye. That's AI. Constant, accurate, and increasingly intelligent each day. The question in our hands is ambitious. Is AI more intelligent than human brain? Let's get into it. Well. Human brain is amazing, no doubt. It's not merely a processor. It's a poet, a parent, a teacher. It experiences love, grieves loss, and creates stories to define civilizations. With 86 billion neurons firing in ways we still didn't completely comprehend, it constructed empires, sent us to moon, and composed symphonies that move us to tears. But now, move us to tears. Our mind moves with intuition, empathy, and that gut feeling no formula can imitate. Can AI do that? I don't think so. A machine can sense the warmth of a hug or the ache of a broken heart. Our weaknesses, our emotions make us singularly brilliant. I quote, AI is not here to steal our place. It's here to help us win the race. I unquote. But let's not underestimate AI. AI is also a beast. It can read millions of books in few seconds, forecast weather with spooky precision, or defeat world champions at chess. It doesn't get fatigued, doesn't waver, or doesn't get sidetracked by a bad day. From disease diagnosis to driving cars, AI's reasoning is as fast as blade. In many cases, surpassing human experts at a particular task, and it's learning fast. Neural networks are just like imitating how our brain learns, but on steroids, processing a seas of data we couldn't possibly lay hands on. So, is AI smarter? It depends on the definition of smart. If raw, speed, and accuracy are what you mean, then AI is already a winner in specialized niches. But if smart means
moral judgment, a spark of original thought or creativity, then human brain still reigns. AI can write a poem, sure, but in its mimicking patterns, not pouring out its soul. It can suggest us a business plan, but it won't wrestle with the ethical weight of its choices. Here's the catch. AI doesn't have to replicate human brain in order to outdo it. It's like comparing a bird to an airplane. Birds can fly elegantly, but planes can take us further and faster. AI is powerful in its dissimilarity, its capacity to amplify our potential. But that power comes with an warning. If we allow AI to develop on its own, it may outwit us in ways we couldn't possibly know. And we question control, ethics, and what does it mean to be human? So, here's where we are at. AI is a mirror, polished, precise, and powerful. Human brain is a flame, warm, wild, and irreplaceable. Neither is matter in all senses. Together, they are a force. Let's embrace AI as a mean to extend our horizons, but never lose the heart and soul that make us human. The future is not about brains versus machines. It's about merging the best out of both to make the world that is smarter, kinder, and bolder than ever. Before leaving this podium, I want to quote some lines. I quote, AI is not an enemy, it's a friend in disguise. It opens new doors, it helps us rise. With man and machine hand in hand, together we build a brighter land. I unquote. Thank you, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well said, Cadet Netra. Our next speaker is Cadet Sai Ahir. He claims that mobile phones are no longer our simple digital tools. Instead, they are our ease, our comfort, and our satisfaction. I call upon Cadet Sai to elaborate further.
I quote, mobiles were created to serve us, but now we serve the mobiles. I unquote. A very splendid evening to one and all present over here. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Adam Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and each and every ignited bold mind present in this august hall. Today, here is Cadet Sai from class 8th, proudly representing Lal Bahadur Shastri House. And today, I am here to acquaint you all with one of the most controversial questions. That is, are we becoming slaves to our mobile phones? Well, before I begin, I would like to ask you a one simple question. When was the last time you sat with someone, had a conversation, but without looking into your mobile phone even once? I am pretty sure it will be a very long time ago. Well, we live in a world of constant connection, but how ironic it is that we never felt so disconnected from each other, from the reality and from ourselves. My friends, once we carried mobile phones in our pockets, but now the mobile phones are carrying us. And let me tell you why. Because mobile phones are no longer any simple digital tools, but instead they are our ease, our comfort and our satisfaction. My friends, mobiles are very good servants. I mean excellent servants, but they are super dangerous masters also. Super dangerous. We call them smartphones, but tell me, what is so smart to watch a stranger living his or her life? Tell me, what is so smart to ignore the people who are standing in front of you? I know, in today's world, nobody experiences nothing without first documenting it. Wow, a very beautiful sunset. But wait, grab the phone, click some photos and record videos. Yummy, a very delicious looking meal. But wait, grab the phone, click some photo and get it Instagrammed. I personally think, my friends, that rather than clicking photos or recording videos, you should focus and enjoy that particular moment wholly. I quote, the chains of addictions are too weak to be felt, but they are super strong to be broken. I unquote. And that's the world we are living in. We are together, but not exactly. We are present, but not mindful. We are connected, but not to each other. And let me tell you why. Because 93%, yes, you heard it right, 93% of people keep their phone in their arm's reach. 79% of people check their phones within only 15 minutes of waking up.
71% of people sleep next to their phones. And most heartbreaking, my friends, most heartbreaking, a whopping 91% of children suffer from anxiety when they are separated from their mobile phones. We scroll endlessly, chasing dopamine hits from likes and followers. Our heart gets panic attacks when we don't find phones in our pockets. Our heart skip a beat, not from love, but from seeing that only 1% of battery is remaining in our mobile phone. My friends, we blame the phone, but the problem isn't the phone itself. It is how we use it. Now let me tell you some tips to re-engineer your relationship with your mobile phone. First, you can designate phone-free zones and phone-free times for yourself. Second, you can detox yourself completely and give yourself some time. Third, you can reconnect with the people around you and try to spend some more time with them. Fourth, you can join some kind of clubs or holiday classes and go there when you want to use a mobile phone most wantedly. To conclude, we are standing at a crossroads where mobile is a blessing as well as a curse. It is an opportunity but also a challenge for the world, and it depends on us how to use it, how to emphasize it, and how to adapt it. At last, before leaving this precious podium, I would like to say a few lines. We were given connection, but we settled for notification. We were given freedom, but we chose addiction. Sadly, we are the generation that looks down more than we look ahead. We touch screens more than we touch lives. My friends, look up into the world, for life is looking ahead, not in your mobile phone. With this, I rest my speech. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well spoken, Cadet Sai. Your speech was definitely impactful. As I invite our last but definitely not the least speaker, I would like to quote something by Swami Vivekananda. I quote, "Speech is great power. It can create, it can destroy. It can win hearts or it can wound them." Cadet Swaranjali Sapte says that even after we wound the trees, they still give us fruits. Even after we scar them, they still give us shade. Even after we betray them, they still give us air. Although these things are provided by the trees, why do we cut them? I call upon Cadet Swaranjali to speak further.
My dear friends, I give you oxygen, fruit, shade and shelter. I never ask for anything in return. Then why do you hurt me so? Vriksho rakshati rakshita, which means if you protect the trees will protect you. A very warm and pleasant evening. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, esteemed panel of judges, teaching and non-teaching staff, and all my fearless comrades present in this august gathering. I am Cadet Swaranjali and I will take you on a journey tonight, not just of nature, but of spirit, resilience and what it truly means to stand as tall as Sparta Kingdom. But tell me, my friends, have we truly protected our trees or only betrayed them? Why do you forget that I am your breath, your life, your silent guardian? Then why do you cut me down, burn my forest and leave the earth thirsty? Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, I quote, "The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn." I unquote. Yet with one stroke of axe, mankind destroys what nature took 1,000 years to create. I have stood here for hundreds of years. I have seen children play in my shade. I have given fruits to the hungry, wood to the needy, and medicines to the sick. When you are tired, you lean against my trunk. When you are hopeless, you tied sacred threads around me, praying for wishes. But when you wanted roads, towers, and industries, you forgot my prayers, my sacrifices, and my services. Mata Bhumi Putri Ham Prithivya, which means the earth is my mother, and I am her daughter. If we are truly children of our mother earth, how can we allow her trees, her very breath, to be slaughtered? If trees could speak, they would scream, "Stop! Stop! Before it's too late. The rain you pray for will not come again if I am gone. The rivers will dry, the soil will turn to dust, the air will choke you, because I will no longer be there to cleanse it. Don't you see, when you cut one tree, you are cutting the poetry of the nature, the songs of the birds, the medicine for tomorrow, and the memory of your ancestors." Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed."
And greed, that is what the trees would accuse us of. If trees could speak, perhaps they would not curse us. They would forgive us because forgiveness is the nature. Even after we wound them, the steel gives us fruits. Even after we scar them, the steel gives us shade. Even after we betray them, the steel gives us air. Remember the Sanskrit verse. Aranija paravati ganana lagochet sam udacharitanatu vasudhaiva kutumbakam, which means for the noble, the whole world is one family. If the whole world is one family, then the trees are a silent brothers, are elder guardians and a green warriors, and family must not be abandoned. If trees could speak, the last words would be, dear humans, save us and you save yourselves. Nurture us and you nurture yourself. Love us and the earth will love you back. So let us not wait for the trees to speak. Let us all listen to their silence before it becomes an eternal silence. Because the truth is simple. If we protect the trees will protect us. If we kill the trees, we kill ourselves. So today, I take this vow. I will plant more, I will protect more. And I will not let my earth, my family, go silent. Vrikshasya shirshe jalatishtati, which means the life of the tree is the life of the man. My dear friends, the truth is simple yet painful. When we cut down a tree, we are not just cutting the wood, we are cutting our own future. A tree asks for nothing, yet gives us everything. Air to breathe, food to eat, shed to rest, and hope to live. So let us not wait for the day when the future generation asks us, where are the forests, where are the birds, and why did you leave us a world just of concrete and dust? On that day, we will have no answer. Chaya manyasya kurvanti tishtanti swayamapate phalanyapi prarthaya vriksha satpurushayu, which means like the noble men, trees provide fruit and shade to others while standing themselves in the heat. Now I leave you with a Sanskrit truth. Vriksho rakshati rakshita. If you protect the trees will protect you. So let us rise together to protect them before the silence becomes our silence. Now I appeal you all to plant as much as trees possible. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Well said, Cadet Swaranjali. Till the time our results get ready, let us lend our ears to our open house speakers. First to come is Cadet Aniruddh Patil.
I quote, the youth of today are the architects of tomorrow, fueled by innovation, determination and courage to challenge the status. In their hand lies the power to change the world. I unquote. But the question arises here, are today's youth ready to lead our nation? Do they possess the vision, the strength and the wisdom to take the reins of leadership? Or they still have miles to go before they are prepared? A very auspicious evening to one and all. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and of course, all the shining youth present in this august gathering. Today, I, Cadet Aniruddh, representing the great Shuri Maharana Pratap House, stand before you all to grab your attention towards an important and popular topic, that is, are today's youth ready to lead our nation? In a world which is evolving faster than ever, with rapid technological advancements, social crisis, environmental revolutions, and political shifts, leadership can no longer remain in hands of few. It must be exclusive, dynamic, and future-oriented. And who better can represent our future than our youth? I quote, youth are not just the vessels to be filled, but the torches to be lit. And once lit, they can set the whole world on fire with a change. I unquote. Youth of today are digital natives. They have grown up with smartphone, social media, and instant access to global information. This technological literacy equips them with a sharp edge in understanding and solving modern day problems. One more advantage of this generation is their deep awareness in social and cultural issues. But my friends, every coin has two sides, and we should look at another perspective too. While today's youth are technologically advanced, there is a grooming concern about their over-dependence on technology.
Constant use of smartphones, social media, and instant communication can lead them to distraction, reduced spans, and superficial understanding of complex issues. As we navigate the complex world of 21st century, the role of these young leaders become increasingly crucial. This blog explores the dynamic world of youth leadership, a place where passion meets action and the dreams of better future are nurtured by those who refuse to wait for a change but instead become the architects of that change. This generation is not afraid of challenges they face. They do not see the world as it is, but as it could be. They have a global mindset, a deep sense of responsibilities, and an unshakable belief that future of their dream is not just for themselves, but for everyone. While leaving this podium, I would like to say that the question whether today's youth are ready to lead our nation is not about placing limits, but is about recognizing their immense potential. Yes, my friends, the challenges like distraction and inexperience exist, but these are not the barriers. They are just the stepping stones on the path to greatness. I quote, leader of tomorrow is not waiting for seat at the table. They are not asking for questions. They are just taking up responsibilities. The passion is nation's greatest resource. The innovation is our greatest tool. And the determination is our brightest hope. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Next speaker for the day is Cadet Dhanashri Kamre.
A very auspicious evening to one and all present over here. Respected President, Honorable Principal, Vice Principal, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all my dear Ajinkyan's present in this prestigious gathering. I am Cadet Dhanashri Bajrao Kamre, proudly representing the great Shurveer Maharana Pratap House, and I am going to speak about the power of ordinary people to do extraordinary things. We often believe that extraordinary achievements are selected for few, those who born in privilege, fame, or genius. But the truth is far more powerful. It is often the ordinary people who leave the deepest mark in the world, not because they have everything, but because they choose to do something when most of us would do nothing. Now, let me share with you the story of Chewang Norful, a civil engineer from Ladakh, not a politician, not a celebrity, just a quiet man who noticed small things which were ignored by others. Villages in his region were suffering from water shortage. So he created artificial glaciers, yes, glaciers, to store winter water for use in summer with the help of pipes, stones and patience. He created solutions that changed their lives, not for money, not from fame, but because he cared. Now consider Jyoti Rani, a homemaker from small town in Bihar, tired of seeing children of her village drop out of school. So she turned the veranda of her own house into classroom. With no formal training, no government support and very little money, she started teaching children for free. Today, many of them are in colleges, the first in their families to even complete their schools. Now, what do they have both in common? They are not famous, they are not special, they are not waiting for someone else to take lead. They saw a problem and become the solution. That is the heart of extraordinary action. Not perfection, but participation. Let me ask you, do you think you are just a student, just an employee, just one person? Then think again. Because history will not be written by powerful alone. It will be written by those who dare to act. Now, you don't need to start revolution. Sometimes all you need to start where you are with what you have and do what you can. Because one idea can spark change, one act can inspire many, and one ordinary person like you can do truly extraordinary. So, the question is not can you, the question is will you. That's all with me. Thank you and have a nice day.
The next speaker lined up is Cadet Ishan Khardare.
I quote, one small step for man and one giant leap for humanity. I unquote. These famous lines were said by Neil Armstrong, who, as most of you might know, was the first man to step on the moon. But nowadays, billionaires and superpower countries who own large space programs are planning to take this one step further by building the first human settlement on Mars. A very excellent evening to one and all present over here. Respected President, Honorable Principal Sir, Vice Principal Ma'am, Administrative Officer, members of the jury, members of the faculty, and all my brave Ajinkyans present in this august gathering. Today, I, Cadet Ishan, proudly representing my Tilak House, I am going to present before you my views on the topic. Can humans live on Mars, myth or reality? Mars is the cold, dusty and rocky red planet. It is the fourth planet from the Sun and is known for its reddish appearance due to rust and having thin carbon dioxide atmosphere. Mars is also known for having two small moons and Earth-like features such as seasons, polar ice caps, volcanoes, canyons and much more. Most of you might know about Elon Musk, the co-founder of Tesla and the founder of SpaceX. Elon said in an interview that it is his dream to take humans to Mars by 2030. Some of you may think that we have set the bar too high, but according to me, we should always believe that humanity can achieve anything with the right steps and the right measures. With this being said, I am remembering a quote. I quote, Mars tugs at the human imagination like no other planet. With a force mightier than gravity, it attracts the eye to the shimmering presence in the night sky. I unquote. I think humans will reach Mars, and I would like to see it happen in my lifetime. But if we really want to reach Mars, then we will have to take extreme efforts, as the time taken to reach Mars will be extremely long and resource consuming. New technologies like ion thrusters may help in the reduced use of fuel, but as of now, there is no immediate way of reducing the time taken to reach Mars. According to my opinion, we should first try and settle on the moon, as it is a closer and easier target. After settling on the moon, we might even get an idea of what to do and what steps to take to settle on oxygenless or non-life supporting celestial bodies. Some of you who may actually read the newspaper might even know that Elon Musk is planning to build a nuclear power plant on the moon. This strongly supports my idea of first trying to settle on the moon, then settling on Mars. To conclude, I would like to say that as of now, there is no immediate necessity for humans to settle on Mars, but we should keep progressing in this sector as it is beneficial for us, and if anything happens on Earth, then we will always be ready with a plan B. That's all from my side. Thank you and have an excellent day ahead.
Next to come is Cadet Kalpak Chaudhary.
समुद्रस्य जीवन क्षय मनुष्य मानवा स्वकर्मणा समग्रेण नष्ट कृच्छति. It means as the life of ocean fades away, humanity through his actions brings its complete destruction. A very pleasant evening to one and all present over here, respected principal, vice principal, administrative officer, members of jury, members of faculty, and all my enthusiastic Ajinkyans present in this august hall. Today, I am Cadet Kalpak, representing the Curve House, and stand firmly on this podium in front of you to answer a significant question, that is, the oceans are dying, who is responsible? Beneath the waves, a silent cry. Coral bleached as fish pass by. Once vibrant blue, now dull and grey, the ocean soul is slipping away. We have filled her with a plastic waste, ignoring warnings rushing past. Her heartbeat weak, her tears run dry. Who is to blame for this goodbye? It's time we listen, it's time to cry. Imagine for a moment a world without ocean's vast blue color. its vibrant coral reefs, its teeming fish, or the gentle waves that cradle our coastline. The truth is our oceans, the very heartbeat of our planet, are dying. They are suffering from our neglect, and if we don't act now, this beautiful world beneath the waves may soon be lost forever. The question we must ask ourselves is who is responsible? The answer is painful, clear: human beings. The relentless pursuit of progress has brought devastation to these depths. Every year, millions of tons of plastic waste choke marine life, with creatures ingesting this toxic debris, suffering and dying. As marine biologist Sylvia Earle once said, no water, no life, no blue, no green. Climate change, fueled by reliance on fossil fuels, is raising ocean temperature and making water more acidic. This has led to bleaching of coral reefs, stripping them of their color and life. The Great Barrier Reef, once a vibrant symbol of natural wonder, now bears the scars of destruction that fills our hearts with sorrow. Oh, who is to blame for the tides that now churn, the creatures that vanish, the flames that burn? It is we humans with hearts full of pride, whose reckless hands have turned the ocean's tide. Ocean health is directly linked to our own. When the seas die, so do we, because we all are part of the intricate web of life. The time to act is now, before the silence replaces the vibrant chorus of life that once thrived beneath the waves. But there is hope. We hold the power to change our course. We can reduce plastic waste, increase sustainable fishing, and advocate for policies that protect our water. The ocean health is directly linked to our own. So, at last I would like to say, at last, after all this, can you redeem what you have carelessly cast, or shall you stand as the beauty was past? The questions remain same as the waves crash and die. Will we save the ocean or let it say goodbye? If no, then let us pledge today to be guardians of our ocean, for in saving the blue, we save ourselves. Thank you. Dhanyawad. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
The moment which we have been waiting for has arrived. I now invite Mr. R.B. Kadam sir on stage for the conduct of prize distribution ceremony.
Good evening to everyone. Today we witness the Inter-House English Declamation competition for intergrade. May I now invite Principal Captain K. Srinivasan on stage to give away the prizes. Sir, please. To begin with the third position, the third position goes to the cadet Rujal More from Rana Pratap House. The second position is shared between the two cadets, Cadet Sai Ayer from Lal Bahadur Shastri House. Cadet Avinash Sharma from Tilak House. And now the first position in today's competition is awarded to Cadet Ankur Kulkarni from Karvi House. Now may I request participants to come forward and receive their certificates. First is Cadet Vivan Mani from Karvi House. Cadet Omkar from Rana Pratap House. Cadet Atero Dame from Tilak House. Cadet Vedika Kanegaokar from Rana Shastri House. Cadet Netra Wag from Tilak House. Soranjali Sapte from Karve House. Cadet Tanuj Bekande from Lalbar Shastri House. And Cadet Sarang Dishit from the Rana Pratap House. Now certificates for the opponent speaker. The Cadet Anuruddha Patil from Rana Pratap House. Cadet Dhanasri Kamai from Rana Pratap House. Ishan Kedekar from Tilak House. And Kalpak Chaudhary from Karve House. We also wish to acknowledge the excellent work of our President, Cadet Yadna Todawar from Tilak House, who conducted the competition smoothly and professionally. Kindly come forward to receive a token of appreciation. Time management is crucial in any event. We appreciate our timekeeper, Cadet Priya Kumari from Rana Pratap House, for ensuring the smooth flow of the today's competition. Please come forward to receive certificate. Finally, we reach the most awaited moment, the trophy for the winning house of the inter-house English declamation competition for inters grade. The fourth position is, at the fourth position, Lal Bahadur Shastri House. Third position, Tilak House. Second position, Karve House. And this year the trophy goes to Rana Pratap House. May I request the house master, house captain and house superintendent of Rana Pratap House to kindly come forward and receive the trophy on the behalf of the house. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for honoring the participants. Today, as we take a moment to appreciate the energy and eloquence we've just experienced, I want to share a thought from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, verse 15, that perfectly encapsulates the spirit of responsible communication. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam prahitam chayataha swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vame tapa uchayati, which literally means austerity of speech consists in speaking truthfully, beneficially and kindly. Let this serve as a guiding principle for all of us, not just here on stage today, but throughout our lives. Speak the truth, speak with kindness, and speak to uplift. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our today's chief guest, school authorities, teachers, QM section, and dear cadets for being with us to witness today's memorable event. Thank you. Jai Hind.